Hey, what's up guys? Grimsie42 here, and I wanted to show you guys something that I just recently acquired, and honestly, to be fair, I would say, if it's not it's the second item that I'm most excited about getting as far as modern games in the past decade, at least. And the only item that could potentially contend with it would be another really cool item that's actually very similar to it, if you will. And I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you guys because it's just so cool, and I'm so totally happy that I was able to get one. I was really worried because in the past I had kind of learned a lesson through Nintendo that when they say limited edition, they mean limited edition, and it's not like most companies where there's actually probably more limited editions than regular editions. I know that was very possible in the case of Halo 3. I remember when that game came out, like almost everybody got the limited edition, but I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Mario Kart 8 limited edition. And what makes this really cool is, as far as the North America is concerned anyway, in UK or in PAL regions, so anywhere in Europe I guess, you could just pre-order a limited edition. You didn't have to like do anything special, and they seem to be, you know, reasonably available. However, I'd done a lot of research and it was not available anywhere in the United States, so I actually had debated importing a PAL one, you know, just as a visual collecting display piece. I already obviously have a standalone disc for Mario Kart, which I'd purchased, you know, prior, that, you know, I totally intended to open and play. But I wanted to have the limited edition, mainly because I think it kind of goes with the Wind Waker limited edition, which came with the Ganondorf statue. And this was what I meant by the lesson, and how this actually worked out is I had no idea it was going to be hard to get, and when pre-orders came out for it, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'll get around to it. And what actually happened was, basically 6 days after pre-orders had started for it, you couldn't pre-order it anymore. It was sold out everywhere. So it was a GameStop exclusive, and they only took pre-orders on it for the 6 days. So in eBay it was like $180, $200. It was ridiculous. Luckily, I was able to, I think it was like for 1 day only, and only for a couple hours, they opened up online only a small window, and somebody had shared the information, and I was able to pre-order it then and get it that way. So thank God I was able to get a collector's edition of this, because as a collector, you obviously, with Nintendo especially, want the cool pieces like this. But anyways, the story behind this one, it wasn't supposed to come to the United States, and no stores were taking pre-orders on it, and nobody said anything about it. And then all of a sudden, Nintendo actually tweeted a picture of a collector's edition and said that it was exclusive to the Nintendo store in New York City at Times Square. I believe it's called Nintendo World. And that's really cool and really uncool for me, because I live in New York State, but I live like on the other side of New York State. So it would have been like a 6.5, 7 hour drive for me both ways. And I, believe it or not, would have done it. I was actually going to grab like 3 or 4 friends, jump in the car, drive down there. We could have split the cost of gas, and all grabbed a copy. The problem was you had to pre-order it before you bought it, so it would have took 2 trips. So that made that really not cost effective, and it really wouldn't have been too good of an idea. So how I was eventually able to get this is, I have a buddy who lives in New York City, and I tipped him off about it and told him how valuable it was going to be. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go get one and then throw it up on eBay. And on eBay, they're going for like $200, $250, $300. It's ridiculous. Like I said, this is exclusive to the Nintendo store in New York City, and very, very limited. So what I had said was, I said, listen, since I tipped you off, you're probably only going to be able to reserve one. Bring your girlfriend and grab me one. And, you know, I told him I'd pay the full retail and I'd pay shipping. And thankfully he agreed, and he was nice enough to get me one, so super, super grateful, so I totally appreciate that. And this is definitely the benchmark in my modern games collection. I mean, it's got to be, like, no one really knows the number. I estimate it to be under 1,000 copies of this, so for something this cool and this in demand, to be, you know, in my hands is totally awesome. And basically what makes this the limited edition, other than this box here, is, I don't know if you can see, but it comes with a statue of this dumbest item ever made in game, the blue shell. The reason I'm really against the blue shell is it's kind of a cheap item. I think that if they're going to give the blue shell to somebody, they should give it to the guy in like 3rd place, 4th place, maybe 2nd place, something like that. Somebody who has a chance to get first. But no, they give it to the guy in 12th who has no chance of catching anybody, and it just screws the guy in 1st. So I don't really like how that works. Thankfully in this game they actually created an item that allows you to nullify the damage of the blue shell, so that definitely helps. But anyways, regardless, it's still a cool looking shell, and definitely happy to get this. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you this. I thought this is a totally amazing addition to my collection. I'm super, super happy to have it. And until next time, guys, take care.